Thank you everyone for joining us on this webinar. As Hassan has all mentioned and elaborated a bit of a few things about Pakistan Forum, Youth Forum, I'll just deliver a quick, short, brief presentation for the panelists and for everyone else who has joined us on this webinar, so that you may have an idea that what are we going to do from this or carry out from this platform. So I'll just start the presentation, and then we'll discuss those components later on. Sharing. Hassan, can you tell me that presentation is visible at your end or not?
Yes, it is visible. Please proceed.
Thank you. So we all know that Pakistan and Afghanistan, we have a lot of shared culture, we have a lot of shared history and religion, and even from the civilization part, we also have a very strong bonding. But the bilateral relations between both of our countries, they have remained tensed due to various reasons. And due to this reason, in the history of Pakistan's history of 72 years, Pak-Afghan relations have always been held hostage by mistrust and allegations. It can be, anything from our side. It can be anything from Afghan side. But always and always, we have this, kind of deficit of trust that we had to face with each other. So, in absence of this narrative, a narrative which can be positive, which can be something which can bridge the gaps between the two countries, we always remain, we were exploited by different hostile elements as well, be it from the regional side, from the inner side of ourselves, or from the extraterritorial elements. Then there is a dearth of institutional linkages, and there is a gap and a vacuum where we cannot connect with each other from the institutional perspective. Therefore, this effort, which we are carrying out, this Pak-Afghan Youth Forum, this was initiated as an idea to bridge the gap between these two countries, and especially between the people of these two countries. Okay, where did we lag? We built this pyramid that from policymakers to intelligentsia to diplomacy and lobbying, from media to WAM activities and activists, we do not have any kind of a sustainable connectivity with the people of Afghanistan, where we can carry out different activities, where we can reach out to them and where we can connect with them for carrying on different sustainable elements in the field of research or in the field of education or health. So I'll just put it over here. So there was a dearth that, in absence of major stakeholders, there were no affected. There were major stakeholders were affected due to the absence of synergized efforts, and there was no connectivity between the people of two states. The connectivity between the people is the key to our regional sustainability, peaceful growth, and stability. Despite having historic, cultural, religious ties, our story is missing. Our heroes are missing, and our legends are not same. It's interesting that Pakistan actually uses a lot of names from Afghan history for glorifying its history, for Pakistan's history, but we do not share our culture and our common legends. They are also a key to geographical connectivity and history, and consequently have a potential to affect our foreign policy, because Afghanistan is and will remain always a major pillar of Pakistan foreign policy, like Kashmir is a major policy pillar of Pakistan Foreign Office. Therefore, it is very important that when we talk about and discuss about the connectivity between Afghanistan and Pakistan, and especially between its people, we should have something concrete in our hand on the people-to-people connection side that can be translated into policy perspectives for both states. Therefore, it is imperative to impact all elements of one society from our side, so that we can narrate our story, our side of the story of Pakistan's story, to the people of Afghanistan, and start a dialogue with them, which can then translate into some policy narrative. But we, found out that when we were doing some homework for this one platform, a one youth platform, we found out that the major issue that is there is the issue of connectivity. We do not have a connectivity with the people of Afghanistan. There is a connection between the two governments, the two states. Like we are seeing that there is a lot of going in and going out of different envoys. Like Zalmay Khalilzad Saab was here yesterday. Mr. Ambassador Sadiq Khan, he was in Qatar the day before yesterday. So Pakistan and Afghanistan are doing something for the Afghan peace process or intra-Afghan dialogue. But from the people's side, there is a dearth of connectivity. So we have proposed this plan, a simple plan, that we need to build up two corridors with regards to the connection between Afghanistan and Pakistan. The first is knowledge corridor and the other is media corridor. The knowledge corridor is about developing institutional linkages, starting exchange programs, workshops, where we can generate a combined network of Pakistan and Afghan students so that they can communicate with each other, they can generate some kind of dialogue and discourse within their academic realm, and then we can carry out joint researches for both countries. And based on that researches, we may be able to develop in future a regional research council of Afghanistan and Pakistan. On the other side, you can see on the right side, there is a media corridor, so that media is, is a very effective tool. But on both sides, there is hostility between the two countries just because the narrative in media has been the negative element has been amplified by our journalists or by our, analysts as well, I would say. And it is on the both sides. It may be because of the policies of both states. It may be because of the narrative that has been inculcated in the media industry, or it is because of the other stakeholders who have invested in both media of both countries. So we'll establish a corridor between the media sides of two countries. We will also be exploiting the social media side, where you can see that I've put on the web TV side, the digital diplomacy side. And we will also start some media workshops that will again create a linkage between the knowledge corridor and the media corridor. Then we are going to carry out some joint production for short films and documentaries and the entertainment industry. Social campaigns, like I've mentioned in the previous slide on the WAM side, that winning hearts and minds perspective is very important. So we will be carrying out some social campaigns and we will be amplifying them in the media industry as well. And then later on establishing some kind of radio networks between the two countries so that a joint kind of narrative can be established. And because not only urban areas, but also rural areas of both countries need to be tapped in. And for that, radio networks is a very important tool. These are long-term objectives of Pakistan Youth Forum. It is to engage the different segments of life of both countries, build regional volunteer and youth mobilization programs, engage icons of Pakistan and Afghanistan. And these icons can be from media industry, these icons can be from political side, or from the bureaucratic side, or from the entertainment side. And the target audience will remain the urban and rural areas. Like I said, that urban area is already in communication with each other. But the element of rural area of both countries is not connected with each other at all. Then the second point is to counter Indian and proxies and religious and radical and sub-nationalist campaigns, because this is a very important perspective from Pakistan side. We can take some kind of input from our Afghan counterparts on this point, but we have put it over here from the Pakistani perspective, because on Pakistan side, this perception is fast growing that there are certain proxies or sub-nationalist or radical elements which has been taken some kind of shelter on the Afghan soil, and they're carrying out some activities inside Pakistan. But apart from that, we can always have a dialogue on this perspective, and if there is something going on from Pakistan side or from Afghanistan side, and by some means or method we can counter them, or we can address this issue, we will work on that element as well. Then the third point is establishing long-term connectivity through alumni network of Afghan and Pakistan. Like I said in the previous slide, that we will generate a combined alumni network through our knowledge corridor and create ambassadors of peace in both countries. Then media advocacy, like I earlier mentioned, and the watchdog. Now this watchdog thing is important because there are certain elements who are involved in human rights atrocities in both countries, be it from the from the establishment side, or they are from the non-state actor side. We need to establish a watchdog element which can have a which can have a surveillance perspective element to keep an eye on these elements and produce some certain reports. This is the aim, a proposed aim, which can be changed based upon the, based upon the inputs from both counterparts of both countries, to attract and engage youth of Afghanistan through an awareness and facilitation program. And this is the scope: engagement of youth above 16 years of age and disseminating information and story of Pakistan through them, creating ambassador of peace in both countries through a strong network base. And then this is the proposed mission statement, which again can be changed or modified based upon the inputs. Reconnect youth of Pakistan and Afghanistan with each other, create and produce proactive narrative, connect the future of these countries with the future of regional peace. Then there is these are the few slides that I've inculcated in this presentation, just to emphasize on the element of perception change. We do not want to go for the perception management side. We want to go for the perception change element, because perception management or perception engineering is something which establishment may carry out of both countries, but perception change is something which the people of both countries can carry out. This exercise can be carried out by the people of two countries. Then understanding the audience by creating personas, not establishing personas, but creating personas which can play a positive role in bridging the gaps of both countries. Then each persona will have a voice, tone, and style, which may include things like what sort of language to use, whether to post GIFs, etc. This is something which is technical on the other end. This is the last slide that I would jump to. This is the hybrid response that we thought that we can produce from this platform. I've summarized all the elements that I've discussed with, in the previous slide: the perception management or perception change side, the campaigns and themes. That the third one is icon engagement program. The fourth is youth engagement program. And finally, based on above 4 points, we will be launching different themes which can then engage different elements of both countries. Thank you.